Do you know how you can tell when this government is in trouble? When you have the Tory party and the Prime Minister suddenly announcing conservative policies, suddenly becoming pro-freedom. This is about Rishi Sunak and how he's decided to now be pro-free speech. He's launched a new campaign to protect free speech. Sure, okay. So he's come out in defense of Kathleen Stock and many others who've been uh, fighting for women's rights and against the extreme militant gender lobby and everybody else. And of course, she's been under a lot of attack recently. And Rishi Sunak decided to come out a couple of days ago to back Kathleen Stock. And over obviously the invitation and lack of invitation to Oxford. This is quite interesting because the PM says obviously vocal few must not be allowed to stifle debate after professor's upcoming appearance at the Oxford Union event prompted a free speech row. Interesting. I believe you, Rashid Sunak. I believe that you are starting a fight for free speech. Yeah, I'm backing you. I mean, why couldn't they do it before? They've been in government for 13 years. And they could have had some sort of safeguarding for free speech. They could have destroyed the anti-free speech laws that we have in place. They could have avoided the online harms bill, the online safety bill and everything else. But no, they're still doing all that. But in the meantime, Rishi Sunak has decided to appoint someone new to protect free speech. So, yeah, I believe him, sure. Now, he came out to say, a free society requires free debate. Kathleen Stock's invitation to the Oxford Union should stand, and students should be allowed to hear and debate her views. We must not allow a small but vocal few to shut down discussion. Clearly, this whole tweet was clearly very much organized, and they probably had a couple of meetings about how to word this tweet properly. That's just how it works in Downing Street. But the first sentence, it says, "A free speech requires free debate." Well, that is factually correct, objectively correct, right? But does Rishi Sunak believe in a free society? See, there's always a loophole. He said, well, in a free society, in a different free society, yeah, we should have free speech, but not here. Obviously, that's not what he means, but that's how they're acting, right? The government policies are going against the government narrative. So we don't know which one to believe. What I believe is what I can see, and what I can see is government policies that are destroying free speech. So well done for Rishi Sunak for coming out to say that, but that's not really good enough, is it? He's also acting on it. He says the government are saying, hey, we're doing something about this. This week, they're appointing a free speech advisor. What on earth is a free speech advisor? Who will have the power to investigate and fine universities which censor academics for their views. Arif Ahmed will be the director for freedom of speech and academic freedom. Okay, I'm not gonna continue to attack the government. I've done it enough. It's good. This is good. But I don't think you need a free speech advisor. We already have existing laws in this place. We already have government departments and government ministers, the education secretary. They can do all this. I don't understand. This is all gimmick. It's all gimmicky. None of this matters. But they're trying to get some people excited about how Rishi Sunak, we're getting close to the election, so let's try and say we like free speech now, suddenly, out of nowhere. Are you kidding me? You do not believe in free speech. We know that. Now, this week he came out, Rishi Sunak, to appoint this new free speech czar and obviously waging a war on woke. Now, this Arif Ahmed guy, who has spoken out against cancel culture on campuses, is understood to have accepted the role of the Director for Freedom of Speech and Academic Freedom with the power to investigate. Now, the government have said that Professor Ahmed, whose candidature was tipped by the Mail on Sunday in January, would bring critical external experience and knowledge from the higher education sector to promote freedom of speech and academic freedom in a practical way. I don't know what that means, but okay, in a practical way. It is interesting because last year, during the leadership election, the Tory leadership election, Rishi Sunak promised to tackle the woke nonsense, he claimed, which was infecting public life. Now, I don't believe that Rishi Sunak is woke himself. I do believe that Rishi Sunak is completely complacent. And that is the big issue. He's a classic establishment politician now, And these people don't really know what's actually happening in the real world out there unless we put too much pressure on them and they would do something about it. If Liz Truss was still in power, then she would have done something proper about it, because she was always an advocate for free speech, an advocate against wokey nonsense. But she's not prime minister anymore. She was only prime minister for about 12 minutes. So, and a wet lettuce beat her. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.